Hello everyone, I'm Living Good and welcome to the first episode of Simple Tech. So today, for our first episode, we're going to be looking at this small circuit here. It is an automatic dispenser, but it can also be used as a timer. And what it does is when you complete this circuit, when there's items in this dispenser, they launch off. And it's a nice little pace. It's actually turned up to the full delay, but when it is turned on normal, let's chuck some items in there, it goes a lot faster. And there's a few really good uses for this. First, you can use that whatever you think that will work, and it works in tons of builds. I'm sure you'll find a use. But if you set up a dropper and a hopper going into it, so this dropper is facing that way and this hopper is facing right back into it, it will create a clock. And you can draw an output from really any side. Right here it's just in the middle, and when you add, well, let's add one item first, it creates a weird little double pulse pattern. To fix that, you just need a second item, and what that will do is whenever that item goes into the hopper, there's still one left, and so it creates a more natural constant flow. Having two items creates a constant flow, and it will push a piston up and down, or a dispenser, or anything else. If you want this powering multiple items, you can have this set up and have the outputs go to multiple different dispensers. But if you take one of those items out, it creates this. And so obviously there's ways where you can make it just do this once or twice, or work with a bigger delay, wherever else you want it. But we're going to take a look at how to build one of these circuits. You have your dispenser. Whatever block has an internal inventory, so dispensers, droppers, hoppers. So you have your dispenser, you can point it out that way is the best, and have a comparator coming out of it, and then a repeater, and then branch off redstone in both directions. That needs to go back into the side of the comparator. Comparator needs to be on subtract mode, so that should be lit up. And this line should be going into a repeater, into a block beside the dispenser. And how this works is, if that has an item in it, it gives off a small signal. Now that small signal is then given to this, and this extends the signal because it would just be a one block. It'd be a very weak signal, so that ups it to maximum. And then it spins around and comes here, and because it's on subtract, that small little pulse minus this big pulse cancels it out, which resets it, which makes it able to pulse and tick over and over. And that original line where it branched off, if you follow it to the left, it goes around to this repeater and it powers this block beside the dispenser, which will power this dispenser. So let's try this without that line. If we just had it powering that, you will get something like that where it stays on. But because we have this small delay, and then we have this line going here, subtracts it and resets it and turns it off so that it can keep flowing. So let's see some examples of what this is used in. One would be this automatic chicken farm. So chickens on top of a hopper will drop eggs, and these eggs go into the dropper and into the dispenser here. And this is our circuit. We have our comparator or repeater going around into another repeater right to the block beside, and we have this switch. It's turned on to completely power it, so that it's basically an off switch to kill the circuit. When we disable that, those eggs will be shot out as the chickens drop them, and we have baby chickens put into a kill chamber. The other option is like a waste bucket. So you can stick your items in that chest. You can turn that off or on to stop the flow of this hopper, because if that's on, that hopper will not be sending items through, just to be safe. You don't have to have that. And then those items will go into the dispenser and go into the circuit. Now this one looks a little bit different. Instead of having 3 wide on the ground, because maybe you would want it flush, maybe you'd want a wall here or a little bit extra space, what happens is the comparator takes its signal from the side, goes into a repeater into a block. Now that block has redstone, and the part that branches off back to the side of the repeater comes down. Then the signal that goes to the dispenser goes above top and goes to the top, and that works just fine. There is no way, however, to make this one wide because you have to have an input go into the side. So right here we have the lever on, so that hopper is not active, so whatever you put in here is safe. So you turn that lever. Now they're slowly feeding in, and as they're fed in, they're shut off, and you can have some lava there. You can have whatever you want here. So that's all we have time for today. This was the automatic dispenser. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment for any suggestions for future Simple Tech episodes. I'm living good, and I'll see you later.
Cause I got it like that, flow so smooth like I got it on tap. Yeah, and I'ma say it be a good night while I'm on my Yingling, while I'm drinking Bud Light. Can you get it when you miss me? Like I'm with whiskey, drinking Jim Beam. Yeah, baby, do you do it that way? Do you do that? Do you take a ray? Yeah, you know that I'm a beast when I kill it on the beach, like it's sex on the beach.